Hey everybody, today's video is going to be about egg laying, bearded dragons. I'm going to show you guys Nova and the signs that I look for when she's getting ready to lay eggs. Also show you guys how I set up a lay box for her. For maybe the last 3 weeks now, Nova's been getting bigger and bigger. She's been eating a lot of food. Her belly's been getting really plump. Starting to look a little bit like a pumpkin. And for the last 2 days now, she's gone off of feeding. She hasn't gone to the bathroom, which indicates to me that she's getting ready to lay eggs any day now. Which makes this a perfect time to do a good video and show you guys how I go about setting her up so that she can have a successful lay. And the important thing with your females is they're not going to lay eggs usually their first year, but they can. And Nova did. Nova had a couple infertile clutches. The signs to look for are that your bearded dragon is going to start eating a lot more. She's going to increase the intake of food, and you'll notice her putting on a lot of weight, especially around the belly. So when you notice this, you're going to want to increase your feedings. That way they're getting ample supply of food. And you want to increase also the amount of calcium powder that you're putting on. It takes a lot of calcium for the egg development. For the next couple weeks, you'll notice your dragon eating more and more, be more frequently, and also a higher quantity. And then all of a sudden, one day, she'll notice that she just stops eating. Nova and most female beardies will they tend to go off feeding about 2 to 4 days before they lay their eggs, regardless of whether or not the eggs are fertile. They're still going to need to go through this process. With infertilized eggs, the belly might not get quite as big. So, but I'm guessing Nova's full of infertiles here, and her belly got pretty big this time. I'm guessing that she's going to have a higher quantity of eggs in there. So far her biggest clutch has been 27 eggs. Another sign that your adult female bearded dragon is getting ready to lay eggs is that she's going to start seeking out cool spots. And it'll be important to recognize the difference between a brumation versus a gravid female. If you couple the seeking for cool locations with also a big belly like this, then you can be pretty sure that she's full of eggs. You can also feel their belly, and you'll actually be able to feel the little bumps in there from all the eggs. So if you're not sure if your dragon is loaded with eggs or if she's just brumating, then usually that's another good way to tell. It may be a little harder with infertile eggs, but you'll still be able to tell that there's something in there. So she'll stop eating food a couple days before she decides that she's ready to lay. She'll also be seeking out these cool spots, which helps in the egg development process. Nova likes to go inside her little basement here in her enclosure, and she hangs out in there. Just got a towel down in there right now for her, but have put Laybox in there for her. Usually I just put it up here. But that brings me into the next section here. We're going to talk about a Laybox. So I haven't set Nova's Laybox up yet because she's not digging yet. Digging is going to be basically your final clue that your bearded dragon's ready to lay eggs. She's going to go from this really sleepy state where she's just resting herself up and getting ready to all of a sudden she's going to start getting high energy and looking for a place to lay her eggs. So she might be scratching on the glass trying to get out, or scratching on the ceramic tiles looking to dig in. When she's doing this, it'll drive you crazy because she's going to be going to town digging and looking for a good suitable spot. The noise from it and all the scratching and the energy can drive you crazy, but it's worth it. Huh, Nova? So what a Laybox is I'm going to set that up for the next video. Show you guys how I go about setting a Laybox up. Basically it's just a Tupperware or a Sterilite container. I put kids play sand in there, a couple, maybe like 3 inches total in the bottom, and then I wet the whole sand down. I get the sand wet enough to form a good sand castle, and then I like to stack all the sand to one side of the tote and make like a little hill in there, and then I put ramps in it so she can get in there and dig. So these guys are going to need some wet sand or wet soil to dig in, and when they find a suitable spot to dig, then they're gonna excavate a nice little hole big enough where they can back in and safely lay their eggs. After they lay the eggs, they're gonna bury them up and tamp them down. But when you come by, you might not even notice that the soil has been disrupted, but then you'll notice that your girl is all deflated. And I'll show you guys in the next video me setting up the Laybox. I'm going to wait until Nova starts digging and her energy levels pick up. So I have a feeling it's going to be within the next couple days here. Could even be tomorrow. Hey, what's up guys? I'm back. Another episode on this box building here. The Laybox for Nova. So I got my Sterilite container here, and I've cut a little hole out of the side so that she can get in and out of this easier. And I put a little tape around the edges there, just all the sharp edges to protect Nova. So, and now this white thing you see in here is one of these tote lids, and I went and cut around the lipped part so that it was just the flat plastic, and then that way I can bend it So I went ahead and bent that plastic, and it goes from wall to wall in here. And I've taped the edges down so it creates a little pocket in here where Nova will be able to dig the sand out of the way and get in here without the sand collapsing on her. So this is the basic setup. Now I've got the sand in here. I got to get the sand at the correct moisture for her. So right now it's still a little too dry. But you want it to form a good little ball for you. And you can see that's kind of crumbly. So I'm going to add some water in here. Some warm water from the tub. And just give it a second to get warm. Put that in there like that. Pretty good right there like that. Now this is going to absorb the moisture pretty fast. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix it up. I've got all my sand down to this one side of the tote just to make this part a little easier for me. So gonna mix it up real good here. That's probably pretty good. This pocket over here a little better. So this is going to prevent the dust from kicking up on her and getting in her eyes, which Nova has gotten dirt in her eyes quite a few times before. Alright, so now this is about the consistency here, where you can make a nice little ball and it's going to stay together for you. Now what I like to do is scoop some of that dirt in here, in her cave. That way she'll have a little bit of digging she can do in there. Then with the rest of it, I like to just come over on this side like that. Basically what I'm doing here is building up a little hill for her to come into the side, and she'll come in here and then she'll dig all of this out. She'll probably end up digging her way all the way to the back. She'll lay her eggs in the back and then bury everything up as she moves back out. So I like to put a little bit of sand in there for her to dig through. This side on the left doesn't really need as much of the sand on it. They like to come in through the side here, and with the way that this little cave is formed for her, she won't hesitate to use it. You do want to be careful with your plastic though, and make sure you're spending the time either sanding your edges down or taking some heat to it to make sure there's no sharp edges in there. She may come in here and rub on that, the top of it. So this is the basic Laybox setup. Nova's used this quite a few times now. She likes the way that the hill is preformed for her, and it saves her a lot of energy and work. A lot of energy goes into the egg laying. So I'll put this in her enclosure when I see her start digging. And I know that she's getting real close to laying. I'll probably end up putting a towel down first and then putting this lay box right in her enclosure with her. And that towel is going to catch any of the sand, any of the loose sand that comes out, and keep her enclosure clean. So that's all there is to it, guys. This is the lay box. She'll be able to come in through the side here, and she'll end up exploring until she figures out that there's already a little pre-made cave for her. And she'll end up spending a little time excavating out the cave here. And then hopefully she'll have a successful egg laying. So I'll update you guys again when Nova starts laying her eggs. It's day 2. Getting Nova set up with her lay box today. She isn't digging quite yet, but she did go to the bathroom this morning. So, but her activity levels were starting to increase a little bit, so I figured I'd go ahead and put her lay box in. So I got it set up in here for her where she can get in and out easily. Here, this is what it looks like from the top view. She can come in through her side door there. And she's got her little cave already started. So she'll be able to dig that out. I'm not sure if she's going to use it today and start doing some exploratory digging, or if she's just going to wait. So, but I want to have the option available for her. She wants to do some digging there today. She's back down in the basement now, just hanging out. Good girl. So I'm going to have to get heading out for work for a little while, guys, but she's all set up for the day. She wants to start digging. She can come up and find her spot. Got her a fresh salad in there too, just in case she gets hungry. Alright guys, I'll update you later on. The next video will probably be Nova digging. So, have a good week, guys. Catch up with you soon. Bye.